Welcome back to the Havoc Rundown. I'm your host, Justin, and today we're getting ready for the second to last qualifying event before the NHRL World Championships. On October 4th, builders from across the country will head to Norwalk, Connecticut for another high-stakes shot at locking in a spot at the December's championships. This is qualifier number 6, and after this, only one more chance remains on November 7th for any bot to get into the championships. And to help us break it all down, we are joined by one of the minds behind one of BattleBot's most iconic overhead spinners. His bot is known for its tough wedge, reliable frame, and hammer saw style weapon. It's been a staple in BattleBot since Season 2 of the reboot, and is widely respected as one of the most durable and well-driven bots in the field. Off the arena floor, he also runs Bot Bash, a program that introduces kids to robotics through live demos and hands-on experiences. And here's what makes this episode even more exciting. He's going to be competing at NHRL for the very first time, bringing a brand new 12-pound bot to Norwalk so that he can complete his trophy shelf with a golden dumpster. Please welcome Zach Lytle.
Woo! Hey there, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast today.
Thank you for being on with us. Everyone is very excited to talk to you. A lot of our listeners have told us that this is a very exciting interview, that they're can't wait to listen to this and hear what you have to say. So we're very excited to talk to you.
I'm excited to be here. It's great to be going to a new contest. This has only happened like 4 or 5 times in my life, so let's do it.
Very cool. We're going to be talking about his upcoming debut, what he's building, and what to expect from his critical qualifier on the road to championships. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. Here with me is my full rundown crew. Please welcome Ashley Beckman.
Hello.
The one and only Thomas Carroll.
Oh man, it's NHRL time again?
Our resident game torturer, Ryan Hunter.
I don't torture the game, I only torture you.
Oh no.
And our artist, Tony Baker.
It's summer over yet? Do I have to go back to work?
And as I mentioned before, I am your host, Justin. So let us set the stage. As I said before we dive into the fights, we like to break the ice by taking our guests to that corner of our studio where Ryan tortures us with anime questions. So please, let's go to Ryan's Game Corner.
Hello! Welcome back to the Game Corner. So, last episode, I kind of really went through a lot of my robot trivia and everything like that. So I decided to try something new. Because, you know what? It's that season again. That beautiful season. You know, is it fall? Maybe. Leaf peeping season? Yeah. Soup season? Yup. No. It's pumpkin spice season, everybody. Oh boy. In 2003, Starbucks brought the world that delicious latte, and ever since then, we have been addicted. Now, every single year, companies compete to create the most unhinged and weird uses of the fall flavors.
Oh no.
Sounds painful, Ryan.
This is great, actually.
I'm going to give you all a group of 4 fall products. They are all within their own categories, and I just need all of you to figure out which one is not real.
Oh,
Pretty simple.
all right.
It's pretty simple.
We've given Ryan a little bit too much power.
Right, well, no, I'm gonna
It's shriveled.
Is this what the new Game Corner is?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna
back.
until we all
I'm
complain
gonna
and
light-
make him change it again.
I'm
I
gonna
really
light
think
the
I gotta
autumn
wait for
leaves
this one.
candle, and I'm gonna put it over in the corner over here, and I put pumpkin over there, and we're gonna start. All right. I'm gonna explain. Yeah, I'm going to say the category, and then I'm going to say the 4 pieces in that category. Then I'm going to go around, and everybody's going to submit their guess. All right? I have 3 categories. We'll go quick. All right? Is everybody ready?
Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yes.
All right.
I'm actually drinking some Shipyard Pumpkinhead.
There
So,
you go.
Very.
That's not on
very
my list.
appropriate.
Cheating.
The first category is That's Not Food.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The objects within are a pumpkin spice diamond ring by Angelic Diamonds, hefty ultra strong cinnamon pumpkin spice trash bags, special kitty pumpkin spice cat litter, or Duck brand pumpkin spice duct tape.
I think I know what the answer
Wild.
is.
Well,
I
know
will
two of
remind
them are
you.
real because I actually have had those two in my house.
Okay, good. All right. You know what? Let's start with Tony. Tony, which is the not real one?
I'm gonna go.
Wait. If Tony answers it first, then
You all get to have a guess.
Oh, but it makes it
I'll
easier
guess.
for us. He already has 2 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows 2 of them, so,
So-
let
so
him.
yeah,
You know what?
I
Let's
don't
do
know
Tony.
which two.
That's a good point. Let's do Tony last. Thomas, which is
now
not
you
real.
go first.
Yeah,
Ha-ha.
That's okay. I have my answer. I'm going with the cat litter.
Okay. Ashley, which isn't real.
I'm going with the duct tape.
Okay. Zach, which one isn't real?
I really wish I had Diana here because she loves the pumpkin spice lattes and waits for them every year. And so I'm going to assume I'm going to try to pretend to be Diana, which is very hard. And I think out of all those products, the only one she wouldn't buy is the duct tape. So I'm going to go
Okay.
with the duct tape.
Okay. Justin?
I think I'm gonna go with the duct tape too.
Okay.
I've seen some weird scents for kitty litter, so that was kind of my first one. But I was like, I can see them doing pumpkin spice kitty litter very easily.
Okay. Tony, which is not the real one?
I'm gonna go with duct tape because I've had the kitty litter in my house. And I've had
Holy
everything.
crap! Okay, the answer is duct tape. The duct tape is wrong. The cat litter
knew
is
the
just the
ring was
weirdest
correct.
thing.
I knew the ring was correct because they have weird chocolate and other
Yes.
rings. So I was totally on board with that one.
Now I have to
The-
look
the-
up this pumpkin spice cat litter.
Yeah,
Yes.
I picked the cat
I will
litter
say, the
because I
garbage
figured
bags
that'd
are
be
actually pretty
cruel
good.
to an animal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The garbage bags didn't sound bad.
Okay. Second category.
How does your cat not like run away if you get
I
that?
feel like my
Oh,
cat
mine would.
fall.
Ours refuses to use anything with a set. It's a whole thing.
That was
Okay.
entirely my reasoning.
Yeah.
Wow.
The second category. Don't eat that. Is a
I'm gonna eat
category.
them all.
Pumpkin spice Dawn Power Wash. Adams Pumpkin Spice Car Detailing Spray. Arm & Hammer Pumpkin Spice Laundry Detergent. Or Dove Cinnamon Pumpkin Pie Body Wash.
What were the first 2 again?
Pumpkin Spice Dawn Power Wash. Or Adams Pumpkin Spice Car Detailing Spray.
Okay.
Were the first 2. Then we have Arm & Hammer Pumpkin Spice Laundry Detergent and Dove Cinnamon Pumpkin Pie Body Wash.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a D4 real quick.
I want to go first, and I think it's the car dealer, the car stuff, because I can picture all 3 of the other ones as actual products.
Okay. Tony.
I'm gonna go with the power wash.
Okay. Ashley.
Oh man. I'm also gonna go with the car detailer.
Okay. Thomas.
The die has spoken. It has chosen the first option.
Okay.
The Dawn Power Spray.
The Dawn
Yes.
Power Wash. Zach, which is not the real one.
Well, once again, I'm going to try to imagine Diana shopping. And I think the only place she wouldn't be is in the car detailing place. And I'm going to have to go with the car detailing thing.
I am actually pretty happy with myself that I was able to pull this over on all of you. None of you got it right.
Is it the laundry detergent?
The laundry detergent is actually the thing that doesn't exist, which to me just sounds like something that should exist.
I mean, I didn't get
Kinda
it
shocks
wrong.
me.
The die did. So.
Arm & Hammer does not make a pumpkin spice laundry detergent. Okay, one more category and then we'll move away from the game corner. All right, the last category is That's Delicious. So we have Marshmallow Fluff Limited Edition Pumpkin Spice Spread, the Hostess Pumpkin Twinkies, the Jet Puffs pumpkin spice marshmallows, or Ben & Jerry's pumpkin cheesecake ice cream?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Okay.
Can you read them off one more time?
All
Yeah.
of these sound awful.
Marshmallow Fluff, limited edition pumpkin spice spread, Hostess pumpkin Twinkies, Jet Puffs pumpkin spice marshmallows, or Ben & Jerry's pumpkin cheesecake ice cream.
I'll go first.
Okay, Ashley, go for
I
it.
think it's the marshmallow fluff.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go with the marshmallow fluff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the marshmallow fluff too, only because I've had or seen two of these, so they
agree.
rolled two of them out, and the last two is between. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the marshmallow fluff.
Okay. Zach.
I'm gonna deviate from the group. I think it's the Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I have a feeling
Okay.
they probably do have some pumpkin spice ice cream, but I have a feeling it's not cheesecake.
Okay.
Oh,
Thomas.
You know, that was my reasoning too. I feel like there are so many Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavors. They've got like 700 flavors. And all you did was you took a pumpkin spice one, changed one word around, just that way you could be like,
Yeah,
ha,
you
I
should
got
pursue
you.
it.
You guys clearly haven't read your 2025 September edition Ben & Jerry's catalog. Every single
They
page
broke
back
up.
to front.
Thomas.
Yes,
So I'm
they
going
did.
with the Ben & Jerry's.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Thomas, but it's not a conspiracy. It's only marshmallow fluff that doesn't exist. It sounds good, but apparently the marshmallow fluff company only makes marshmallow fluff, and that's it.
Marshmallow.
So I have
Only
seen the
one
Twinkies. I have seen the
Yes.
Twinkies, and I've
Yeah.
had the ice cream.
Yep.
I have had the ice cream, and I've seen the Twinkies. So it was between the marshmallow and the marshmallow fluff, and I was like, the marshmallow fluff, I've never seen any other flavor except for marshmallow fluff. So that's
Correct.
why I went with that one.
Zach, have you had marshmallow fluff? I'm not sure. I think it's a New England thing.
I never have.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it
Is
might
it
be
only is it only a New England thing?
I mean,
It
it's
is.
used in some recipes.
Really?
You might be able to find it elsewhere.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we grew up with, making peanut butter and fluff sandwiches, and then I found out the rest of the country doesn't really do that. I'm like, how did you grow up? What's going on? All right.
Oh, that's really weird.
Recently, I did discover there's a fun hack. If you get Nutella,
Yeah.
toast 2 Eggo waffles, and then do peanut butter and Nutella on the Eggo waffles. My wife and I keep calling it the Eggo Reese's sandwich.
Yep.
I eat peanut butter and jelly between 2 Eggo waffles all the time. It's been my favorite snack since I was a kid.
That's pretty good.
We started getting the cinnamon waffles for my son, and I put peanut butter between two of those after toasting in the oven. Oh, so good. It's one of my favorite morning breakfast snacks. Okay, cool. Well, that was a great game, Rye. You
Okay, I'm
got
going
us on a
to-
couple of them.
I gotta take that game and just squirrel it away until next autumn, and then I'll bring it back out again.
Did I have 0
Unchanged.
points?
Well, I got 2 points. Whatever. I don't know. The house didn't get anything on that one. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no points in the house is good.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Ryan. So moving right along, on October 4th, which from the recording of this episode is about 2 weeks out, we have our 6th qualifier, which is the second to last qualifier before championships happen. So this is the second to last chance that any bot who has not qualified has to qualify for championships. So we are going to be taking a little peek at the lineup, the bots that have released. If you want to have a sneak peek of those bots before it comes out, join the NHRL Discord, and they are posted, or you can look on the wiki or any other NHRL source, and you will see the bots that have been chosen. And there's a decent amount of information that's released about them now, too. Back in the day, we used to just get bot names and maybe the driver, but we have a lot more information now. So those have been released. We're going to go around. We're going to change the way that we do this next year, and that's going to be part of our whole rollout for the new year. That's going to be happening at the end of this year. But for now, we're going to be doing it the same way that we have been doing it the entire year, and I think the previous year, which we're going to go around the table, and we're all going to choose one bot from each weight category, and we're going to say why we're excited for that robot. So I am going to go last in each of these. Who would like to start out with the 12s?
I, of course, as a true team defective team member, and I mean, there's definitely a few of them on the list, of course, as no surprise to anybody, I am sure, but
Just a couple.
Thomas picked Blue Marlin. I, of course, would like to talk about Void and Trevor Summer. Void is the hub motor version of what Zach Knight and Prompetta is. Trevor has worked very hard on some upgrades. We've seen him go really far in the past, and so I'm really excited to see how it goes for him this time.
Yeah, Trevor, you're gonna win.
Very cool.
Void is always awesome. Shows up really cool. Usually they have that nice paint job on it too.
Yes.
And if you ever check out Void in the pits, his sister knit a hat for it and a little scarf, mittens. And it wears it around the weapon if you're just hanging out, and it's the cutest thing ever. So
it is. It's really adorable.
That's
Shout
awesome.
Every robot needs a hat.
Ryan, would you like to go next?
Yeah. I want to talk about Leviathan.
Leviathan.
Julian. Leviathan.
English, Ryan, good.
Our favorite shark builder, Julian Papazian, is bringing a 12. And what it is, as he was describing it to me today, is a big, giant Mako. And that makes me very, very excited. It's almost 2 feet wide and almost entirely made out of TPU. And he posted 2 of the weapons that are going to be on it. He's got a normal saw blade and a hammer saw blade for it. I'm really excited to see it. I think Julian jumping up to the 12. I mean, I would even bet on it that he's going to do well, to be honest. I mean, like, Mako is just such a dominant robot. It was the #1 for so long.
Is this the Kratos train again?
Hey, you know what? No, this is all the way. If I can draft this bot, I will be happy.
Oh yeah? Okay. All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
In a week.
Speaking of the draft for the Havoc Rundown Fantasy League takes place next Tuesday, September 30th at 9 p.m. Anyone is able to hop on and watch. Just anybody who is in the draft is allowed to, speak and actually draft. But if you want to hop on and watch as a guest, we will be, you're allowed to hop on and watch as we draft the robot. So that is next Tuesday, September 30th. At 9 o'clock.
So everybody
Which actually this episode...
remember what Ryan is saying, everyone. Just remember.
Yeah.
This episode is probably dropping after that, but we're just recording it
it's fine.
before.
It's fine. If I could,
Ryan has
if
another
I could,
I have
moment.
proof now. It's okay.
Yeah. If I could, I will get that robot.
Thomas, what's your 12 pick?
My 12 pick is Leviathan. No. It is Blue Marlin. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but if my girl and Blue Marlin were both drowning, and I could only save one of them, catch me at my girl's funeral chanting, "Feed the fish." Now, Bob has had his entire summer to prepare for this wonderful robot to win again. He hasn't even worked on it. Like, not even touched it. He's just been fishing.
Oh, so it's still made of plastic?
Plastic? No. I think you're thinking of maybe Promheta. No, this is actually the greatest robot of all time, and it's going to destroy everything. He's got the super secret configuration that I actually snuck into his lab a couple weeks ago and saw. Yeah, it's good luck. If you have to fight him, just forfeit.
He did win Hive Hysteria, so.
Yeah, and he's gonna do it again. And by
Nice.
again, I mean NHRL.
Hashtag feed the fish.
Feed the fish.
Okay, Tony, you tell us what you picked, and then I will figure out
Tell us
mine.
what robot's gonna lose to Blue Marlin.
Well, let's see. We spent the entire summer doing bots around the world. So
Oh.
we have to talk. We didn't interview them this summer. We interviewed another team. So, however, real bots is coming. So I'm going to pick Toro Jr. 12 pound.
Nice. That's a good choice.
It's an alright choice.
Yeah, we always love to see that team come. Any team from Brazil. We love talking to a team. I always say their name wrong. It's Warrior. They said we can say it as Warrior, but it's not Warrior. It's you say it a different. it's pronounced
Warrior?
differently. Warrior. Yeah, it's closer.
I'm
to
not
that,
sure.
but
I don't want to do it wrong. So
Yeah. They were amazing.
Yeah.
We will most likely talk to Rio bots in the future. So can't wait for Toro Jr. That's very cool. I think that I am. Oh yeah, that's one. Okay, so the bot that I wanted to choose is our very good friend who always has a question in our mailbag. Nick Andreas is bringing Bagheera. He is an amazing builder, and all of his robots kick butt all the time. And I cannot wait to see his 12 and what it can do, because it's already been twice, I think. Has he only brought it once, or did he bring it twice?
Once so far,
It's once,
but it
okay.
had a
Yes.
really strong debut as a brand new robot.
yes,
Yes.
it did.
And Nick is very good at making those robots. I mean, look at his 3. Bagheera is just a monster. So give him a little bit of time and some tweaks on Bagheera, and I can see that thing tearing through the 12-pound bracket. So cannot wait for Bagheera. And now it's time. Zach, why don't you tell us about Bash Party Crew?
Well, I noticed nobody picked my robot, but
That's
I think
because
that's pretty.
I'm not a fan.
that's because we wanted we wanted
Well,
you
no,
to
it's
talk
because
about
you've
it.
been watching the Builder blog and you've seen how badly it's going.
No, I mean you'll probably get second place after Bob.
No, I actually really wish I had some more time to prep for this. I stuck this on the calendar and got a very nice sponsorship deal to help pay to travel all the way out there. And I do want to thank Bishop Weisgarver and Repeat Robotics for actually making it so I can go to Norwalk. So thank you guys. I originally was going to try to build a ring spinner, and I think it's even registered as ringleader.
Yep.
And then my work said, "Hey, we need you in Texas for 3 weeks." And so I wasn't anywhere near my shop. I wasn't had no spare time to do any of that, and I got to spend like 3 weeks leading up to the Texas trip prepping stuff here at work to go to Texas. So what's the old phrase? Man makes plans and God laughs. And had a little bit of a chuckle at my expense. So I've dusted off. I built a 12-pound back in the RoboGame days, back when I was like the 5-time consecutive champion of the 1-pound division. This was like 2006 to 2011. And I just took my champion robot. I scaled it straight up to 12 pounds, just ounce for ounce. Everything was like, okay, the drum's half the mass, so I'll make a 6-pound drum. Trust me, the older Zach knows robots don't scale like that, but younger Zach did not. And so I made this thing, and I turned it on once in my parents' attic, and they thought I turned my heavyweight on because the drum was very out of balance. And my father thought the roof was going to collapse. It was so loud.
Wow.
So it got put on the shelf and forgotten about for a very long time. But then all of a sudden I need a 12-pound for Norwalk, so we're brushing off the dust. And I used to call it the H-bomb because it stood for hydrogen bomb and also hobby weight bomb, because my 1-pound champion was the bomb. Which, by the way, never go on an airplane with a bag that says, or a box that says the bomb on it. They do not have a sense of humor.
That's really awesome. Is it still a 6 pound? Is it still a 6 pound drum?
It is.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that.
So it'll spin up. It's either going to blow up itself or it's going to blow up its opponent.
Nice.
I mean, either one of those is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas has done both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Oh yeah, double knockout. That could also happen.
Yeah.
Touche.
Oh, that would have been great.
Hey, half the fun of coming to Norwalk is just hanging out with everybody and like getting to know everybody. So you'll have a fun time either way, and it'll be good either way. I think it's
That's what a lot of
you
people
should
have
do.
told me.
Yeah, you should do really good. You should do really well.
Yeah, no, it's a fun day.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice to be around that community, as we've always said. So
Yeah.
it's very cool to be there, even from the working position. Like we love being there. So very
And
cool.
if my robot does explode, I just hope it does it in a match and not in the safety checks.
That's what everyone that is a hope
Two
of
in the
everyone.
box.
Especially everyone whose first time is NHRL. That is a thing that everyone hopes for. So
Yeah.
okay, so moving right along, the 30 pounds. Let's hear Ashley. Who is your choice for 30 pounds?
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna pick Phenomenon, guys. Brandon, I love you anyway, though.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Ba-da-ba-da.
I can't pick him every time, so I'm gonna go adjacent, and I'm gonna stay in the state of Maryland.
Okay.
Talk about Dead Rise, and our friend Joe, who recently joined Team Honeycrack. So we may actually see Yellow Rise this competition. If not, I'm not sure if he's waiting for finals, and if I just spoiled it, I'm sorry. But he is at some point going to support those Honeycrack colors, and it's fantastic. But we got a really good look at Dead Rise during Motorama, and then he's come to NHRL a few times, and has just continued to make improvements, has been spending a lot of time with Zoe and her crew. So we know that those are some really strong builders. So I'm excited to see how Dead Rise does, and I can't help but internally hope that Dead Rise fights Dead Stop to see whom is the better Dead.
Is the better
maybe-
dead the one that dies or the one that caused
Yeah.
the other one to be dead?
That's for them to determine.
Which one's more dead?
I'm not dead yet.
You know what's not dead? Toro Feather. Hell yeah. I am so excited. Just like Tony was talking about Toro Feather, I am so Toro Junior. I
Yep.
am so excited to see Toro Feather. The last time that they came to NHRL, I was able to get one of my favorite things that's on my bot shelf, and that's a part of Toro Feather, because they were leaving the competition and they were like, we can't fly back with any of this. Where do we throw it out? And all of us at the pit desk went, no, sign it. We will take it, please.
Absolutely.
So I have a piece of Toro Feather, and ever since then I've been waiting for the RioBots team to come back, and now they're back. October's gonna be a good competition. I can't wait.
Yes. I definitely, again, the RioBots, we love seeing them. Toro Junior, Toro Feather, just great competitors. So, Thomas, I know that he's not in 30s, but is he your choice for 30s too?
Nope. There are a lot of good robots. We got Jump Rope, classic. Got Floor Level four-letter word.
There it is.
Classic. But that's not the one I'm picking. The one I'm picking is the one that's going to turn every robot into smithereens. It's Ares. They're the best team, they got the best bot, and they're always happy to be there.
They're so happy.
They're great. I'm excited to see them again. I'm excited to see probably the cage break another 2 or 3 times. It's going to be great. I think they've broken the cage as many times as they've broken their opponent. So just watch out for their fights.
Yeah.
It's the second best MIT bot.
Yep. Yeah. And Overlord fights Ares. Oh my god.
Yeah, stand back.
That's gonna be
happen.
that's gonna be some heavy hits. I think
okay.
we're gonna see some good fights.
Tony, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to continue my trip around the world, and I'm going to pick Falcon Zen, who's coming straight from India.
Yeah, that's very cool. Have we ever had a Indian team
Yes,
before?
they actually were here.
Oh, that's yeah.
Which
That's
robot?
why I was like, that name sounds familiar.
It was.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were going to choose Carlos Vega's bot, because Ryan and I were having a conversation earlier about yelling that name across the pit floor. Carlos Vega is bringing a bot called Immigrant Illegal, and it's going to be a very interesting name to yell across the pits. So I don't know how that's going to go. It's going to be an interesting day.
The way it's spelled out, Immigrante Illegal. If you yell it like that, I think it should sound probably
Not as
better.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes.
Yes, two very white boys trying to put on an accent to call a bot across the arena.
They do so
I
like
would just say
Immigrante.
Immigrante.
So
We can't
Yeah.
pronounce anything. We can't
true.
pronounce anything.
Yeah, so that is not my pick. I was going to pick Ares until Thomas stole it on me. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with Phenomenon, just because Ashley didn't choose Brandon, and I feel bad for Brandon that Ashley abandoned Brandon. So,
No! You're gonna make Ashley cry now.
it's okay. I got you, Brandon. I pick Phenomenon, just my three. We love seeing Brandon. Brandon's always got some new things he's added to his robots, and they just do better and better every time. So I choose Phenomenon. Zach, is there any of these 30s that you're looking at that you know anything about, that you're excited for them to come or to see them fight?
Well, I don't know if he's on the list, but I was hoping Jameson and Megatron were going to show up.
He is
on the
not
list.
on the list. Yeah, I don't think
on the
he's
list for
going to be here.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not here at all this competition. Which he's going to be back. Which he's qualified 2 so far, right? I think he's only got the 3 left to qualify.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he's probably just sleeping for this event.
Yeah. Yeah, but we always love seeing Jameson come to these competitions. But yeah, he'll definitely be there in November to get the 3 in there, so he can make his, what is it, 3-peat or 4-peat now of having 3 bots in championships that he's got to keep track of throughout the day.
I think it'll be 3 years in a row. Yeah.
Very
If
cool.
he gets in, if he gets qualified for all 3.
Yes. I'm actually going to go first on the 3s, just because I don't think anybody took them, and I always love seeing Alex Grant bring his amazing cage-destroying robot Dutch Oven. We have had frustrations with Firebots in the past, but that is way in the past. We have gotten the process down pretty, well by now, that fire robots have this great process of getting filled and getting through safety and all the things that need to be there. And we're one of, I believe, the only competitions that allow Firebots to compete. So it's always amazing to see them. And Dutch Heaven is one of the best, in my opinion, Beetle fire robots that we've ever seen. And I love seeing Alex Grant do what he does with Dutch Oven. So I cannot wait to see Dutch Oven destroy another cage.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Who wants to take their 3?
Me! I gotta take it before anyone else does.
Okay.
I am going for colon 3. It is the only robot on the list that is explicitly banned by name from being mentioned in the NHRL Discord, except for in the memes channel. Not because of the robot, but because of the colon 3 abuse. There was a lot of posting. But if you're mentioning the robot, you can still say it. Dawn is the best. Dawn has some fantastic shirts for colon 3. Also, Jaren loves the spot. Everyone loves the spot. It's just the best. I mean, I don't know if it's going to win, but I love it, and that's all that matters.
What did Dawn say that we can announce it as? I keep on forgetting what Dawn wants us to announce. It's like crying or sad or whatever the colon 3 actually means. I forget what it is. What it actually means.
Is it like
3.
cat emoji?
Yeah,
Maybe?
well, it's like a little face.
It's whatever the emoji actually means is what Dawn said to announce it as. Because we can't just
Cute or
colon 3
silly
colon.
cat face.
Just say, Dawn!
Or
With your
just
robot, please.
like when I give up and I just say Johnny, just say Dawn.
Yes.
Johnny!
Ashley, you're up next.
Okay. I'm staying in Maryland, but switching it up slightly to the leatherbacks. There's one lone leatherback coming to
One
this competition.
singular back.
Getting a ride with our pal Brandon. And the robot is Equinox. So Liam King has had a lot of fantastic things to say about Owen and Equinox. Equinox competed last weekend at the Barnyard Brawl in Maryland and actually won over Impact.
Wow.
So this is a bot to watch. I'm very excited. The Leatherback team is very excited. I think it has a solid chance at a really good run. And I'm excited to see it, but Voxel V1's going to win no matter what, so it really doesn't matter.
Nice. Okay, so let's finish these up. Ryan, what is your 3?
I'm picking Little Man. Matt Lantry is bringing Little Man again. I always find it very interesting that the tall bot meta hasn't really been super dominant in the 3s like it gets dominant in the 12s and 30s. But in the 3s, I think it just needs its time to come back and be dominant again. And I know I was talking to Matt earlier, and he's been doing a lot of work on it. It's currently 8.5 inches tall, which is like way taller than most weapons, and it's got an 8-inch weapon on it. Yep. I think the rising of the tall bot meta once again in the beetle weights is coming. I think it's coming.
Okay. Very cool. Tony.
All right, continuing my roll around the world, we have the League LBT team coming from China with their youth club in the 3-pound box. So I don't have one to pick. There's like 5 or 6 of them that are coming. So it's going to be awesome. And just a little sneak peek, Elaine Wu might be on our next episode right after the NHRL event, talking about how her team did.
What?
Crazy.
No way.
It's gonna be awesome.
Nice sneak peek. Very cool. And Zach, do you have a 3 on the list that you've seen that you're excited for?
To be honest, I haven't looked at the 3s. I've been looking at the
Positively
12s.
hysterical.
There you go.
Yes.
Everybody can be excited about Pause.
Yes.
And
We love seeing
Pause,
Tom.
Pause has an actual like real weapon this time, and I'm super excited about it.
There's some crazy
It's-
upgrades on Pause. I'm pretty pumped.
Oh yeah.
You're pretty positive?
Pretty
Oh, God.
positive.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our October preview. That is what we are all excited for. Let us move on. So we have a signature segment that we have whenever we have a guest on, and it is called 5 in Focus. So for this, Zach, each of us have a signature question that we have come up with that we want to ask you about your bots, about your YouTube channel, about your past, anything like that. So I have Ashley. Why don't you go first and ask Zach your question?
All right. I couldn't think of a fun robot question, so instead, I'd like you to tell us your most random skill that you have outside of robots that people might not know about.
Oh. the issue I have is there's too many.
Yeah, you see, I had a feeling you would have some good ones.
Normally my go-to would be yo-yos, but I think after they made me yo-yo on the BattleBot show, most people know that now. I got second place at the World Yo-Yo Tournament in the X Division.
Fantastic.
Duncan Yo-Yo even sells my signature yo-yo called the Duncan Magnitude. I play piano, and I don't think anybody knows that, and I'm really good at finding Lego pieces in giant piles.
That's cool.
This is fantastic. I
With
love
your
this.
feet, right?
This is great.
Not with the feet. Oh god, it's so bad when you find it with your feet.
No one wants to find Legos with their feet.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's a ring of hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. I have come close because I have a 5-year-old now, and thankfully he doesn't play with Legos on the floor because he has a 1-year-old sister. But there's other toys and other blocks that he uses that there's been many times that I've stepped on and almost put my full weight onto. So yes, Ring of Hell is definitely a good description for Legos on the floor. Are you a Lego Masters fan?
I am.
Yeah. Love that show.
So, and sorry to plug my YouTube channel. We actually have some
definitely
episodes
do it.
where I was trying to branch out and find some more audience, and we found there's a Lego community called Battle Bricks, where they recreate the battle box and famous robots, and then they hold competitions, and they even have some famous robots of their own. Like Rupture's a great one. It's the vertical disc that keeps destroying everything, and I was blown away that there was like this huge segment of BattleBot fans who are also super into Legos, and it was great to get to meet all of them. And those are some of my favorite episodes, and actually some of the most viewed episodes on the Builder blog.
Interesting. Huh.
Very cool.
I'll check it out.
We actually have a segment of kids that come and do like a mini Lego tournament sometimes within NHRL. They're allowed to use like one of the they use one of our cages.
Yeah, they use the freestyle desk. I think they're middle schoolers that come, and there's usually 4 of them, and they each have a bot that they build, and they come up to the freestyle desk and they just have fights throughout the time the freestyle
Yeah,
goes.
last year
I don't know
one
if
of them made a positively hysterical, and it was like the cutest thing ever. And
The last event, I just barely got them to be able to run all their bots. Like at the witching hour as prime time was starting up, like it was a bit of a mess.
I don't know if they've ever gotten onto the stream in any sort of way before, but they do. They've been here for the last year at least, like every competition they come.
Yes.
And yeah, they just use a freestyle desk, and they'll probably be here in October fighting their Lego robots, because they just come, they sit at a table, and they just fight their robots throughout the entire time that we can allow freestyle. So it's very cool to see.
Honestly, they're probably listening to this being very excited to meet you and show you their Lego robots. Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, I can't wait
Ryan.
to see them.
Yeah. All right. So my question is, if you had to build a checklist for new builders for preparing for a competition, what would be on it? I know that you've done a lot of like talking to new builders, done a lot of like building content. What do you think?
I would say make sure it drives 2 weeks before the tournament, at least.
Yeah.
Put some tape on the ground and drive your robot around. Practice chasing something, even if it's just an RC toy. Make sure your last weekend before the event, you just block it to deal with fires. You should have no planned building on that day, but the day should be blocked for building. And because I promise you, you'll be building on that day. Know what set of tools you're bringing with you. and try to run through your head, okay, if this breaks, how would I fix that? If this breaks, how would I fix that? And if this breaks, how would I fix that? I try to always recommend one extra set of batteries and one extra of any motor you have in your robot. And a spare set of wheels, at least one. You'll probably need more.
Yeah, I think that's a lesson that a lot of builders have learned over time is the multiples. We have new builders that come all the time and they have one copy of the robot and maybe like a spare battery, spare motor, maybe, and they find out very fast that is a lot of times not good. Like that's not, you should have more. A lot of the more seasoned robot competitors, a lot of the more seasoned builders like Jameson has like 4 versions of each robot built completely walking in the door. And a lot of builders, I mean, you can't, afford that. Sometimes you can't put the time into that, but at least having another copy or at least having those spare parts ready to go when you walk in the door is always a good thing to do.
Ryan, we have builders that have less than a complete robot when they walk through the door. They have parts shipped to NHRL. They are borrowing a battery from someone. They have to hope that the store has the parts they need.
Yeah.
There's builders that come on Saturday morning with parts, no robot, just parts.
I have literally running the store heard, we thought this motor would work. This is Saturday morning at like 9 a.m. We thought this motor would work, but doesn't work. Do you have this motor in stock? If you don't, we can't run our robot. Like that's literally something I've heard before. So
it happens. Don't do that.
Back in like 2006, there was a gentleman at RoboGames. His name is Andy Sorrow. He helps me a lot with the Builder blog nowadays. But I always was trying to beat just him because I was so upset. I would spend months preparing my robot and making this perfectly machined, beautiful machine, and he would show up with a bag of parts and no idea what he was going to build. And he'd slap something together in a week, and he was such an insanely good driver. With his robot duct taped together and falling apart, he would still win the competition. And I was like, I have to beat him on sheer principle alone.
I laugh at your preparation.
What do you have like any essential tools that are just like in your go bag for going to competitions?
I have a set of these Trinergy Allen wrenches that are shaped like screwdrivers. They have gone to every single competition with me. I have on me right now, literally my Leatherman. I know it sounds silly, but I have fixed all of my champion robots with this at some point. And I do have a Go toolkit that I bring to competitions now that just has like soldering iron, hot glue gun, heat gun, assortment of stuff. There's just some random sheet metal and sheet metal shears and a hole punch. And but I do have to. The TSA and I have a very rocky relationship, so now that I'm going to be mailing my tool bag, I might have to go through it again.
That's fair.
Yes. Tony, you're up.
All right, so we're from Connecticut and I'm from Hartford, and we have a rocky history with the internet and picking things and designing things, as evidenced by our team called the Hartford Yard Goats, because yes, we have a rich history of railroading in Hartford. So when you literally decided to let the community help you design and build this robot, were you scared on what the internet actually would come up with?
No, I had a feeling I would get so many suggestions that I'd be able to pick through them and eventually find one I like. And I was right. The Builder blog did not fail me. And it was kind of hard for me to pick, to be honest, because there were quite a few good ones and quite a few I wanted to make.
Well, I'm also really happy watching. I think it was your most recent Builder blog when you were talking about the design that you're doing now. You were talking about that it was inspired by the same. His name is like escaping me, but the builder who also made Noisy Boy and not Mako.
Nick with Manta.
Yes. I remember when he used to bring Noisy Boy all the time to NHRL. I love Noisy Boy. It's one of those robots that like I've always wanted him to bring back, and I've always thought like that design could still work to this day. So I'm really happy that it's kind of part of your inspiration.
Well, hopefully I will do it proud.
Is it as noisy as Noisy Boy used to be?
Noisy.
This robot might be noisier.
Awesome.
Like I said,
Very cool.
it terrified me and my parents, so I was like, I could work on that, but I was lucky I didn't hurt myself the first time. So now
Nice.
I do have a lot more experience these days.
I saw that you're using a lot of the repeat robotics stuff. Do you like his products? How are you finding the new products?
I actually really do, and if you watch tonight's Builder blog, I answer the same question in it as well. But
Yeah.
what I was really impressed by was I took it out of the box, I wired it exactly like you said to, and it all just worked.
Yep.
And I've been doing brushless motors for 20 years, and it's usually like a 50-50 ratio of you put a brushless motor to a random speed controller, and does it cog, does it go in reverse randomly, and it was so refreshing to just take the repeat speed controller and his brushless outrunner motor already mounted to the right gearbox, put it all in a robot, and just see it work. And it really reminded me how so many products are not made for robot fighting.
Yep.
And how it was so nice to finally work with products meant to do what they're supposed to do, meant for the application we're using them for. And I've purchased a lot of, as you might imagine, with 25 years in the sport, I have purchased a lot of parts that were supposedly designed for combat, and I actually feel like these really were. So if repeats out there listening, thank you.
I
think he said he listens.
Oh yeah, he's been on before and everything.
Yep.
I think that especially in the lower weight classes, we're all pretty spoiled nowadays because you can pretty much order from Repeat or order from Seth, who has Just Cuz Robotics, and that's exactly what happens. You pull it out of the box and it works. You have a hub motor, it works. Like I even remember back when not that long ago when we first started, and like you could go back and hub motors were like, oh, that's a janky thing that you put together and you had to design and you had to like make your own thing work. Nowadays you literally just go buy the Seth hub motor or buy the Repeat hub motor. You got a hub motor now, congratulations. And it's just so simple and awesome, and they all work so well, and that's why you see them in like every single Beetle. And they're starting to come out with more and more heavier weight class stuff. It's really awesome. It's really good to see. We'll have to hook you up with some of the Just Cuz products as well, so you could play with those.
Yeah.
So I want you to know, back in 2006 when I made the original bomb,
Yeah.
Everyone thought I was crazy because I bought this $200 motor everybody was drooling over, and it was a little tiny outrunner you get for like $10 now on Hobby King.
Yeah.
But back then it was $200, and inflation.
Yeah.
And there was brand new, never turned, and I stuck it in a bandsaw, and everyone looked at me like, you're a crazy person. What did you do? That was the Mona Lisa, and you just cut it in half. And I did like the first dead shafted drum that I don't remember seeing anyone else doing it back then. And a lot of the big wide drum robots, you'd beat them by just bending one of their walls out and then the drum falls out. And I did the first dead shaft across the front where I had a pin on each side and I put skateboard bearings inside the drum. And then I cut the motor up so that the outer housing was mounted directly in the thing, and then the coils were inside. Nowadays, everyone's like, yeah, everybody does that. Why wouldn't you do that? But I at the time, everyone thought I was
You were the trendsetter.
stupid, ludicrous, a crazy man, destroying a beautiful motor.
Oh man, but it worked. It worked.
It was 5 back-to-back championships on that one motor I fed through a bandsaw.
Wow.
That's awesome.
But that was back in the day. And how did we get the drives? You'd get like the Copel motors from Robot Marketplace, and if you breathed on them wrong, they would break. And so a lot of us were
Robot
hacking the old
Marketplace.
BattleBot toys, the toys from the 90s.
Yep.
Like Jimmy won several championships on those drives, like volted out to 14 volts on them.
That's so cool.
Well, but nowadays you could just order,
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
At-
There's both brushless and brushed now for ants. It's crazy. And the ant motors that you could get just like ordered offline, like from either vendor who sells them, are great. They're amazing. They work so well. Like, and every single bot you're gonna fight probably has practically the same drive in it. It's awesome. It's so
Yep.
good.
I have to admit, Peter came to me when he was first getting the 4mm shaft of his ant weight motor,
Yeah.
because he has seen the builder blog where I have a box of Sanyos that I have done. I do the exact opposite of what most builders do, because Bot Bash parties, we do 5 tournaments a week,
Yeah.
which is, 30 tournament or 25 to 20 tournaments in a month. So most builders destroy the gearbox when, you take a hard hit and the drive shaft gets bent or the front plate gets ripped off. But I've got an entire box of motors I burned out the drives because the brushes have turned so much that they have fused the brushes to the thing.
Oh my god.
And High Tech Robotics and Palolu both have me on the he's not allowed to do returns list or service or submit things for. And High Tech was really bad. There was a servo I used to really like that would fry every 6 months, and so I'd send it back.
Oh wow. Oh no! Did we just lose Zach?
Oh no. We can have an intermission.
Oh,
No, there he is.
He's back.
He's back.
Sorry, my phone hiccuped.
It's all good.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for a while I was sending them in for service because they claimed there was a 2-year warranty, and I purchased the warranty. So eventually, after like 40 servos, they banned me and said I wasn't allowed to use the warranty anymore. And so then I had my wife Diana sign up, and after about 30 servos, they banned her. And then we had the intern sign up, and after 30 servos, they banned him.
What did they think was happening though? Were they like, what are you doing with our servos?
They did ask. I sent them a picture of my robot, and they sent back, yeah, this is not what that product is meant for. You're supposed to put this in a plane.
I can only imagine sending back like parts that came out of your combat robot, and the service person's like, it looks like there's a gouge taken out of it. Oh, my dog ate it. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's like I don't know, like buying like construction paper on Amazon and then sending it back. What are you using for? Just sending a picture of it like covering a hole on an aircraft. Like it's not. What are you doing?
Not intended use.
Yeah. Thomas, let us hear what your question is.
I've got a very important question that I'm sure is on everybody's mind. Which robot would win? Well, which entry would win in combat? Would it be 21 12-pound Skorpios or one 250-pound ringleader?
Ooh. I think shell spinners. I'm going to quote the Sunamayachi versus. What were they were 50 pounds each. There was these 5 hydraulic bugs, creepy crawlies.
Yeah, yeah.
Ring and shell spinners are just the hard counter to multibots. Multibot's big advantage is they can get behind you, they can attack you where you don't want to be attacked, but that doesn't exist for a shell spinner or a ring spinner. So I'd say it's hard favor to 250-pound ringleader.
That would be a great
cool.
match.
It would.
It would just be like a Rumble NHRL but scaled up to a deadly level.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Just shooting robots off into the corner. It's kind of like the Chunky
Rumble.
versus Beatles.
Yes.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Chunky versus more than just Beatles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my question is also in the fight kind of reign. If you could pick any past Skorpios fight and redesign a part of the bot or redesign something about Skorpios using what you know now, what fight would it be and what would you change?
Oh, that one's easy. My biggest regret was the Sawblaze fight.
Okay.
I thought I had a really good plan, and then I got out there, I rolled the dice, and it came up 1.
You rolled the nat 1.
There were a few things that went wrong. I didn't realize after our jackpot match, the magnets and the front forks were shattered, and I only had about half the downforce I was counting on. And despite what the internet says, Skorpios can self-right with that sword on it. If you go watch our builder vlog of us putting the sword on the robot and cutting stuff up, you can see footage of the robot self-right with the sword.
Okay.
Our front fork was stuck in the screw, and that's why we couldn't self-right or get up. The forks are actually caught in the screw. There's a little lip on the back of them, and it just got hooked just right. And so not only were we upside down, and then we got caught in the screw, and then I destroyed that heirloom that Christian Carlberg gave me. I was literally between putting in my other Skorpios at the hammer saw or this one, and I really couldn't pick, and so I let everyone else pick, and they all picked the meme thing. And I actually thought it'd be very clever, and I even do have a photo of this. The whole point of that robot was there was a serrated part on the sword, and we wanted to feed the serrated part into the pulley. But as the pulley spins, it would just destroy the belt and then disable his weapon. And Diana swung, and we hit. There's a mark on Sawblaze where that serrated piece hit. It was a half-inch off the belt we were trying to get to.
Oh.
Yeah, but Jameson did already have a counter, so even if we were on the belt, he just didn't turn the saw on, which I shouldn't be surprised he figured out what I was trying to do. I was hoping he wouldn't take me seriously and he'd underestimate it, but he did not.
Yeah, that's a hard bet against Jameson Go.
A lot of us in the pits were thinking he seemed pretty unbeatable that year, because I had a long talk with Lockjaw, because he was telling me his strategy, and then I told him what I was going to try to do with the sword, and we we were both betting on like, you go big or you go home, because you just try to go wedge to wedge with him, it's over.
Yeah.
And, like, Hypershock tried to go wedge to wedge with him, and he ended up with a gash through his stomach.
Yep.
Actually, I guess Hydra went wedge to wedge with him and won, but Jake has
Well, that's Hydra, though. Are you? Have you fought on wood floors before? I'm not sure. You're more of like California.
I am California.
Yeah.
California, Las Vegas, and South Korea are the only places I have fought robots, and
Yeah.
the only wood floor I've ever participated on was my parents' attic. So,
Welcome to NHRL, Zach.
Yes.
I will be honest, your wood floor is one of the reasons I've been avoiding the contest.
The only people who don't like wood floors have never fought on them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you listened to any of our previous episodes, but when we talked to I'm blanking on his name, from Australia, not only do they do wood floors, they do MDF floors. So
Oh, Ben?
Yeah, Ben does
yes.
it. Yeah, they do.
we talked
MDF.
to Ben from Australia. They do MDF there, and that was that was
so
a mind.
cursed.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
very interesting conversation to hear that. Not only do they use wood, they use MDF.
The wood is interesting. You can't use magnets, of course, and it has the paint. Like, everybody for a long time had like conspiracies about what the paint was, that it was some sort of special paint, and people were like, I want to test on the paint because I want to know what the traction of the paint is. And every time that it was brought up, the people actually building the boxes at NHRL were it's normal paint. You could get it from Home Depot.
It was on the wiki the whole time.
Yeah, wasn't there a conspiracy at one point that
it's
we were
like
getting our
Bear
wood from
Ultra,
somewhere?
What
Yes.
calls it?
Yes.
Yeah. That
It
we were
was
gonna
how-
wood, it was some kind of special wood that was like really slippery, and what was it? Bob turned around and he's like, "It's plywood from Home Depot."
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. So it'll be your first time at Connecticut then, too?
Get some pizza.
Actually, no, I flew out there to hang out with Jameson once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
And
In Connecticut or up in Massachusetts?
oh, true. Okay, so I guess I'm
Who hangs out in Connecticut?
a little bit off.
Oh, wait.
We're not all one state, Zach.
It's quite besides one thing. Okay.
This isn't California where we take up the entire coastline.
It's fine. So you've been in the Northeast before, so that's good. Oh,
His
phone's
phone
not
keeps
like
on
me.
quitting out.
no, the phone keeps quitting out.
This is Zach. I'm
Oh,
gonna
there
get
he is.
Connecticut pizza. Oh, I mean, hi, Zach.
My phone and the app aren't agreeing with one another.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no.
let's before that happens again, let's move on. So our final segment of the night is where we turn to our listeners who use our Discord to ask questions of upcoming guests. So we are going to check in with our listeners and see what questions came in this week for Zach in our segment, the listener mailbag. The first question is actually from Brian Voxel, driver of Eruption, team Too Hot to Handle. I don't think Brian has asked a question in a little bit, but Brian asks, how would you describe the cultural differences between heavyweight robot building and small robots, and what's got you most excited about NHRL?
I'd say the biggest difference is the giant dent in your pocketbook they make. So when I built my crazy champion RoboGame 1-pounder, and I spared no expense and bought all the most expensive things, it totaled up to $1,000. And I know that's a lot to spend on a 1-pounder, but I was going all out. Titanium, carbon fiber, the works. I still remember my first year building heavyweights. a McMaster catalog showed up. And I go, huh, I've ordered from McMaster for 10 years. They've never sent me a catalog before. And Chewy goes, it means you've spent 10 grand this year.
Oh, God.
And I looked at Chewy and I was like, no, there's no way I've spent 10K. And then I pulled up my McMaster list of everything me and the team had ordered. And we had passed 12K.
That's an interesting, hello, most valued customer. Here is our magazine.
Yes.
Catalog to buy more stuff.
Chewy did inform me I could sell it on eBay for $50
Really?
Oh, nice.
to help pay that credit card bill.
Oh, yeah.
And you can find some historic ones on eBay too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very cool.
So I'd say the big robots you have to be a little more purposeful with, and you really have to have a vision and stick with it for months. The little guys you could be a little more whimsical with, and you can really, I feel like experimentation is much easier and much cheaper and much more encouraged in the little robots. Because when the power to weight ratio gets so high in the little robots, a lot of fun stuff can happen.
Especially watching like ants and beetles, like ants throw each other across the box all the time. It's
Yes.
insanity watching some ant fights that are just like pinging off each other practically and off into other corners of the box. It's really cool.
Yep.
There was a robot made by Kevin. I'm not sure if he's still competing, but he called it MC Fry Pants. And it was the first time I had ever seen someone completely lay up a frame out of carbon fiber. It was one solid piece of carbon fiber, like 1/8 inch thick. And he told me it was indestructible. But I was back then the bomb destroyed everything. And so I was like, okay, let's put this to the test. I spun to full power. I hit him as hard as I could. He went straight from the floor all the way to the outer wall. And there was a pit. But he bounced into the pit zone, hit the wall so hard, bounced up to the ceiling, hit the ceiling so hard, he bounced to the opposite wall 8 feet away. Bounced off that so hard, he hit the floor again, and then proceeded to bounce off the wall he hit the first time, and then finally sputtered out and fell back in the middle of the ring. And what I couldn't believe was when he hit the floor, he was still driving. And I was like, holy shit, he really didn't die. And I proceeded to do that to him like 6 more times over 2 minutes.
Nice. That's very cool. Nick from Crafty Cat Combat says, I'm curious how you prep for NHRL versus BattleBots. Kind of a similar question. For most people, NHRL is a huge travel challenge. And he also says, what do you think about the rise of overhead weapons at smaller weights, since we're seeing a rise like Mako and stuff like that?
Well, I always love more hammer saws. For the longest time, Jameson and I were like the only 2, but I think the last season of BattleBots there was officially 5. So I really appreciate more and more people giving this style a try. Preparing for BattleBots is it's an endurance match. Every year was really hard. Every year there was things we wanted to do to the robot we didn't completely finish, and I've thrown my back out like 3 times. I've had 2 major heart episodes that have wound me up in the hospital. It is taxing. If you really want to win, like those are the extremes you have to go to. And I have to admit, for NHRL, I'm kind of dipping my toe. Everyone I've talked to has been saying, why the hell aren't you doing the 30-pound Skorpios? When I registered, I actually got a message from one of the henchmen and goes, you didn't register right. That should have been a 30-pound Skorpios. I probably will eventually do that, but this time I'm like, I want to bring a robot I know will work, I know will pass safety, I know it'll enter the arena and do something entertaining. But I mostly want to figure out like the lay of the land, how the pit system works, what it's like to fight on a wood floor. There's a lot of unknowns for me, and so I know some of my thumbnails say I'm going to win NHRL, but I don't really believe that. I am going to show up. I'm going to try to have the best time I can. I'm going to try my very best to at least die in an entertaining way. And if the robot still has a single motor that will turn, I'm going to keep going. And I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, because with Robo Games gone and most of the California competitions shutting down, I know there's some new ones popping up, and I'm not discouraging those, and I encourage people to go to them. But I mean, like Marin Ant Wars, Robo Games, those ones. Yeah, I want to compete. I have the bloodlust. I need to destroy something.
Destruction.
Well, we're very excited to have you.
Oh yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of builders that just want to talk to you, basically.
Yes.
I mean, like, the pits are going to be, I'm not sure compared to like other competitions you've been at, but the pits are going to be full.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of people, and we have like a good, pretty fast pace, but like if you need anything, everybody's gonna, I know you know how builders are, but like NHRL is just the same. It's like every builder, if you need anything, just go and ask. And I think Peter's gonna be there as far as I know. So if you need anything with any repeat product, just go up to Peter and be like, hey, can you fix my product? Fix my product, man. I know. I've literally done it to Peter before.
Yes.
So,
We've done it. We've done it to most of the manufacturers that made parts.
Yeah.
I know we've done it to Seth before. When we first got Seth's power boards for our robots, they weren't working, and I remember I was doing the soldering on all of them, and I was used to computer soldering and not robot board soldering, and I brought it to Seth, and he was like, you soldered this wrong. He's like, you want to put way more solder than you put on this because it needs way more contact. I'm like, oh, oops, I'm used to putting like these little tiny dots. So yeah, they're all super helpful.
I do want to say that reminds me of a story from Robo Games. So after the bomb won the 5 gold medals, David Calkins called me up and he goes, I need you to run the insect division for me next year. And I said, you wouldn't ask Ray Billings to go run the heavyweight division for you. Why are you asking me to give up my title and step down? And he replied back to me, was like, Ray Billings doesn't run 5 tournaments a week. You do. And I need you to organize this. And so for the last few years of Robo Games, I was running the insect divisions, and one of the divisions is Junior League, the 1 pound for all the kids. And I was calling this kid up, and I was like, hey, you gotta go. I've been calling you for 20 minutes. And he was struggling. And I absolutely love Curtis, and I love FingerTech products, but if you remember his older product, and he has fixed this problem since with the new blue hubs, but there was an old red hub that had a snap ring, and you had to push the tire down and then get the snap ring on it, and a lot of people struggled with that, which is why he has his new blue hubs, which are so much easier to use. And so the kid was like, I'll get there as soon as I can get this, but he was like flinging his 8th ring off into God knows where. And so I pushed the tire down, put the ring on, I said, go get up there. And then a dad from one of the other competitors goes, how is that fair? You just helped him, and now he's going to go like beat my son. And I was like, I help everybody. It's not like I built his robot for him. I just helped him put a snap ring on. And like, I've got matches to hold. And the next day, I was calling matches, and lo and behold, in the semifinals was that dad with his son. And I came over, I'm like, hey, why aren't you up there? He's like, I need a FingerTech motor, but the FingerTech booth closed, and most people aren't here anymore. And I walked over, I wrote, Curtis, charge me for one FingerTech motor. I slapped a Post-it on his booth. I reached behind and grabbed one. And then I came back, I handed it to him, and I said, I help everyone. And then I went back to judge, he showed up for his fight, and then the Sunday when I was breaking down, he dropped a box of donuts off. He never complained about me helping people ever again.
No. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that.
That is awesome.
And Curtis was cool and was glad I helped a competitor because once again the FingerTech Viper kit won the junior league for like the 4th year in a row.
So one of our newer members on the Discord, Che, who goes by Your Mom, she said, Zach, what got you interested in helping kids get into robotics? And what advice would you give someone who wants to start doing that too? She also said, big thanks. It was playing with your bot party at South by Southwest that got our 8-year-old into the sport, and he's now debuting at NHRL in October.
That's awesome. So this is a bit of a long story. I grew up dyslexic, and I still am dyslexic. You don't grow out of it. And I was on the short bus. Everyone was telling me I was going to grow up to be a janitor. And I even had literally the janitor at my local school hand me the mop and tell me I better learn how to use it.
Wow.
And so I had this big chip on my shoulder that I wanted to prove to people I was smart and I was a good builder, because I could build anything and everything. And when I first saw BattleBots on Comedy Central, I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Because, I can't write a good presentation or a good poster board behind my science fair project, but I will build the best freaking fighting robot you've ever seen. And there was finally something that you didn't have to dot your I's or cross your T's, but you could go out there and then beat people from the smartest schools in the world and beat them to a pulp in front of a screaming crowd. And I finally had an outlet for all my building. And it was really hard. It took me 4 years to make my first robot. I actually started taking courses at the local junior college to, because my school didn't have machine shop, didn't have wood shop, didn't have anything. And I started taking welding, machining. I had to get through AutoCAD, but to take the AutoCAD course, it was required I had Math 2, which was algebra. And so I started taking algebra at night when I was like 11.
Wow.
But I actually earned my first associate's degree in machine tool technologies by the time I was 17. And I earned a second associate's degree in mathematics by the time I was 19.
Damn.
And I didn't get my GED until I was 20. I eventually dropped out of high school and just did the junior college program because I was like, I already have a college degree. Like,
Right.
is anyone going to care if I have the high school one or not? But I eventually did transfer to Chico State, where I got a BA, or a bachelor's degree. The third college degree, if you're counting. And I took all those college courses to figure out how to build my first robot, and I got to my Robo games, and everyone told me I took the absolute hardest path I possibly could have. They're like, most of us just buy the radio and motors pre-wired and mount it in a box. You're supposed to do that with a jigsaw, not a CNC milling machine with the computer guided I think a lot of them, my mentors, took my passion and decided to give me some real life skills that would serve me my entire life, which I am always grateful for them. And that was Mr. Kelly, Paul Duffy, Gary Moeller, and Terry Slocum, actually one of the members of the Vlad the Impaler team. And I didn't realize at the time, but those guys really were setting me up to have a good life. And I always remember they did that for me. I remember how hard it was for me to get into robots. It took a mountain of determination to tear apart those RC car toys to get the motors I needed, and then to hack apart things so I could beat that video game kid who keeps building his robots at the competition. So I always remember how tough it was for me to get started, and I try really hard to knock those barriers down for kids. And I do think pursuing robot fighting, it teaches you CAD, it teaches you engineering, you learn physics, you learn science. You learn it so much better than you'd ever learn it out of a textbook, because you'll understand it.
Yeah.
And I think robot fighting is one of the greatest teaching tools, and I feel like schools are catching on to that with FIRST and VEX. And I know that was a roundabout answer, but
No, that answers the question. Yeah, that was an awesome story.
Yeah, it was tough for me to get in, and I don't want it to be tough for kids.
Yeah, that's awesome. We talk about all the time about younger builders and the youth in the sport, and how awesome it is to seeing like 9-year-olds driving robots in the Beetle and other weight classes. So yeah,
and
definitely agree with you.
oftentimes they're the best drivers of all everybody driving. Like, they're so good.
Yeah. Their reaction times are really good. And video games and other things that. Yeah.
And there's probably going to be quite a few people at NHRL that you actually inspired to be there. So.
Oh,
Most
definitely. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Make sure you go
I
find
always love
Happy
to do
Birth Sleigh in the pits.
Yes, that is Che's son, who is premiering in October.
Unfortunately, Che is not bringing her robot, which is named your mom, so we can't yell out your mom continuously in the pits all day. But eventually.
How confused I would have been.
Yeah.
So when I do bot bash parties, I let the kids make up names to put on the board. Like, what would you name your robot? It's really their driver name. And I have to have too many rules on what you're not allowed to put on the board. The most popular one I have to constantly turn down is D's Nuts.
Oh God.
I had a dad once hand me one that said loaded diaper. And I was like, I'm not going to yell the loaded diaper for the rest of the day. And he just
cursed.
He stares at me dead-eyed straight and goes, I'm signing the check, so you're saying loaded diaper today.
Oh God.
Right.
We've had some
November.
Yeah, we've had some doozies in the pits.
Did you end up saying loaded diaper?
I did. Into the microphone
God.
for 2 hours. Some of my favorite ones was there's one boy who named himself Bilbo Swaggins.
Nice.
Which was always a good one. I had a girls' soccer team who they all decided, they're like, everybody pick breakfast food names. And so we had an entire tournament of bacon versus eggs, toast versus coffee, orange juice versus hash browns. I was like,
oh man.
And then the only tournament I have never been able to complete was I had 32 kids. It was a full class. And they all picked a variation of Bob. So we had Bob 1, Bob 2, Bob all the way up to 6. Then we had Billy Bob. We had Billy Bob Joe. And then we had Bob Jr., Bob Jr. Jr. Bob. And I want you to picture 32 variations of this. Bobby D, the Big Bob, Bobadoo. And we were about halfway through the tournament, and everyone forgot which Bob they were.
Nice.
Yeah, makes
I'm
sense.
Fair.
Bob 6. I'm Bob 7.
No, I'm Bob 5.
Yes, that was exactly how that disaster went down.
Wait, which one's Bob Marlin?
That one. That's the one
I
that you
did
and I
have
would fight
that.
over.
Yeah.
I want to be Bob Marlin 1.
No, you're Bob Marlin 4.
Why?
That's what you registered as?
Oh man.
Okay, so moving along, Julian Papazian asked, well, this was before, because we originally thought Diana was going to be on, but she is feeling under the weather, so she wasn't able to join us. But he asked, have you and Diana ever faced off in a match? If yes, who won? If not, pause for dramatic effect, who would?
Ooh.
So, Diana and I fight a lot. We've even settled a few marriage arguments by, like, we're taking this to the ring.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
We have a Bot Bash. We have 4 Bot Bash arenas in our backyard,
Yeah.
and we have 100 Bot Bash robots ready to go at any given moment. However, way back when, and this is the important one. I used to be the RoboGame Fleaweight champion as well as the 1 pound champion, the 150 gram class. Yes, I call it Fleaweight. No, I will not call it Fairy Weight. My own peeve. I've built 100 fleas. I can call them fleas. Diana started later than I did, and I still remember the moment she beat me, the first time she beat me in the arena. And she was so happy, she was jumping up and down, and I was looking at her across the arena, and I said to myself, I'm going to marry that woman. And,
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm always happy when she beats me.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context.
Nobody,
No,
nobody
that's very
sound
sweet.
clip that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Did you have a robot at your wedding too?
We did. Actually, Orion Beach and Dan Chatterton's RoboGame silver medalist, Sirloin, not Sirloin, sorry, that was the robot we made. Electric Boogaloo was our ring bearer.
That's so cool.
And so we actually did have a 220-pound robot come and give us the ring. Skorpios wasn't around yet. Electric Boogaloo kind of sort of got reworked into the Skorpios. Like, we took a lot of upgrades Orion was planning for Electric Boogaloo, and that became Skorpios, and then it was rejected by BattleBots, and they were like, make it look cooler. They said there was too many right angles. And so that's why, in case you're looking at Skorpios and why is there no right angles on that plow? That's why.
Someone told you once.
And the reworked version of that robot, we switched to a hammer saw and on a vertical because there was too many verticals and I didn't want any more verticals. Getting through the selection process sucks. But yeah, that's how it became a hammer saw. That's how it got Skorpios themed, and Orion did an absolutely amazing job designing it.
Okay. Very cool. So we have 2 last ones just to get through to quickly before we wrap up. Alex said, you've been in the sport for a long time. What old school techniques would be useful for today's builders who only know modern tools like TPU and send cut send?
I'd say bulletproof glass can be cut with any woodworking tools. So if you only have access to a woodworking shop, don't think you can't do robots, because plenty of robots have won using bulletproof glass off of woodworking stuff. Another good old school technique is don't be afraid to use Lego parts. It makes some really tough gears, actually.
Lego wheels.
Actually, Lego wheels. That's not even that one is being used. Check your physics books. Traction is just weight times friction coefficient, and there's always a way to abuse that.
And the last question from Not the Real Potato, which we have to get his real name, but in a bake-off, who wins Positively Hysterical or Power of Friendship?
I'm just gonna have to go with Power of Friendship because that's the My Little Pony Gen 4 theme.
Okay.
I dig it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her to bake a cake.
Okay, so that was our questions. So that wraps up our preview of the NHRL Qualifier number 6. Big thanks to Zach for joining us, and best of luck on your NHRL debut this October 4th.
Thank you. I hope it'll be explosive.
We are too.
It's gonna
If
be
you're
good.
planning to watch the action, the event will be streamed live from Norwalk, Connecticut, with fights in all 308 classes as usual. It's not the final shot to qualify, but with only one event left after this, the pressure is on. If you want to stay in the loop, you can find all of our links to all of our socials at linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. Again, linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. I am going to be adding the links to Zach's Facebook and YouTube and all of his social links to the episode as well if you want to check those out. And follow us on social media, grab some merch, support the show, buy me a coffee, and keep up with everything happening in combat robotics. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time, and we will see you at October 4th at NHRL. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.